This could end me. 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 Oh, but I'm still standing. I could never have anticipated how difficult the first anniversary was going to be. I would say the first anniversary was just as emotionally traumatizing, if not worse, than when it actually occurred. And I was not prepared for that.
Rain is pouring down upon the memory of the storm.
And once again, I thought something is seriously wrong with me.
The 1-year anniversary is really interesting in that it's often a really unique experience for grievers.
You're not alone.
Some people find that it's a very anxious, scary time, particularly as the date approaches. There's a lot of fear about how they will feel on that day, how they want to honor and acknowledge their loved one on that day, and just that acknowledgement that it's been a year since they lost their loved one. And on the other hand, for others, it's a day that brings joy and peace and a connection to their loved one. So it's important just to note that everybody's experience will be unique at that 1-year point, and that whatever their experience is, it's okay.
You're not alone.
I can definitely relate to having anxiety leading up to it. Just not sure if I was gonna fall apart, if I was gonna be okay. I just didn't know what emotions to expect on that day. And I personally often like to work through feelings like that on my own. And so I just basically gave myself the day and I said, I'm gonna let myself feel whatever I need to feel. And something that always has helped me is finding a way to celebrate her. So I bought her flowers and I watched her memorial video, and I just kind of spent the day with her at home in my memories.
Oh, you're not alone, no.
There definitely was anxiety leading up to the date. The whole month in general is just a really hard month for me. And you know, we didn't talk enough, because had we talked, I'm certain that I would have found out that there are other family members who were in a same emotional state as I was. And so I really firmly believe that talking and open dialogue is helpful and healing in the most profound ways. Sometimes you think that you need to do something big and grandiose, like take a big trip or do something over the top and special, but sometimes that is really good, but sometimes that kind of pushes aside the true emotion and the true hurt and the true sorrow. And so a simple heart-to-heart conversation can go a really long way.
You're not alone.
I think I was surprised that it had been a year. I think that the time went by really fast, and I wasn't expecting that, because the time immediately after and for the first couple months just seemed to drag on. They just seemed to take forever. So it surprised me that it had been a year, and I did truthfully feel a little bit guilty that I had kind of moved on and life had continued. But I think that that guilt is a normal feeling, and I think we need to normalize that, because even though we know that our loved one wouldn't want us to feel that way, it's still something that we feel, and I think that that's okay.
People say to me, I just want to get through all the firsts. I just want to get through all the firsts, right? And then guess what happens? It gets worse! And you're like, is this not when we step into, whoa? And that second year, you're like, you lied! All of you people said this was gonna get easier. And I think, again, it's like giving ourselves grace and permission to know that maybe it's the 5th year that's the hardest. Maybe it's the 2nd Sunday in April that for no reason other than the fact that you saw a daffodil and that was his flower, that it takes you out at the knees, right? And I think that's okay. That's okay. I think that, sometimes everybody sort of can make sense of this in a different way, but it's like the story that we put on what their birthday is going to mean, or what the anniversary is going to mean, or our wedding day, or whatever that deal is. I think you just feel it because it is a day, and it is the power that you give it that matters the most.
You are not, you're not alone.
So one thing that we have done as a family that I think is really beautiful, my brothers started an annual golf tournament in honor of my dad. And so I love that, and we all look forward to that, and sometimes we do it with all of our extended family, sometimes it's just smaller with our immediate family, but my dad loved golf, and so that is a way that we remember him and celebrate him, and have some quality time.
Give yourself permission to feel whatever feelings come up, whether that's anxiety or fear or dread or any feelings of pain, like whatever they are, just give yourself permission and share those with someone you trust. Talk about that. Often having a witness to our feelings, particularly someone who's a really good listener, can just be really helpful to kind of disarm some of those emotions and know that whatever the day brings, we're not alone going through that experience.
Oh, my words would be, don't be hard on yourself. Do not be hard on yourself. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, because there's a full spectrum of emotion that you will feel and that it's normal to feel. And it's not a sign of weakness. When you deeply love someone and then you lose them in such a profound way, there's no possible way to have that first anniversary without a lot of emotion attached. And so just allow yourself to experience it. If you need help, ask for help and get that help.
You are not, you're not alone.